Hi, welcome to Base Crafted Creations. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out, chit chat, craft, and create with me. Today I'm coming on with Masterboard Monday and what you can do with it. People have asked me several times, what can you do with a masterboard? So to start, masterboards are, you create a masterboard. It's put your scraps on there and then you create with that. These are some of the masterboards I have. This is a new one that I'm working on. I painted it in a short that I did, and I always put parchment paper, the non-stick kind, in between my pages when I'm working on them. So I know, one, where they are, and two, they don't stick to other pages. And then I back them up. So these are all in just a notebook that I had that had some pages taken out of it. So I back them each. And these are all masterboards that are in the works. They're pretty. This is another one that I'm working on. So I've got the blue paint in there and the gold, like bronzy paint. And then this is one we did. Was this the one we did? Yeah, these are the ones we did last week, I think it was. Magazine pages, and then there's another one I did. So this is the one that we did last week. It's not backed. Oh no, it is backed. I did back it. So this is what we did last week. So you can use book pages to do that, and then I have another one that I had another scrap for, some more scraps to show you that you can use anything, really, any scraps you have. So this was the inspiration for a much larger one. I have this drawing pad that is quite large, so I use that to create a giant masterboard. And then I took that masterboard and I chopped it up into several little pieces. So you can make just about anything, and I showed a short on how I created these. It is just little strips of a masterboard, and then I sewed on some lace and added a sentiment, and then I added some flowers I had and a dangle, so each one of them have that little charm. And I shared these also in a short. I have my box is full now, so I can start creating and putting them into things. So you can get and see the short. They each have dangles on them that kind of correspond with the, turn this one around, with the, there we go, flower that's on each of them. So my box here is full again of all different flowers and sentiments. And these are great to put in little tuck spots in journals and just to include in happy mails. So my box here is full again, so I'm happy with that one, all filled. So that's an example of one of the things you can create with it. Then you can create journaling tags, and this is the paper that is on there. I have not backed them yet. I will back them. So these are just little journal cards, and you can see each paper on there. And then I have some tags here. So I have tags here. These are also done, and then I sewed around the edges of these because I just like to add stitching to them. But these are some examples of the pieces you can do. So these are done with the punch that I have on the top there. And then I also took the tags and I added lace that I got from Joann's around the edges, and then I sewed that in place on these ones. These ones are backed, so I can start decorating these ones when I'm ready to. So the lace is really pretty. And then these tags here were created by snipping off that edge and then turning it around and snipping it on that side. And then I just sewed around the outside, and then I put 2 eyelets in there because I'm going to add ribbon, and it can be like a bow on there. Really pretty. So these are just a couple examples of what you can do with your masterboards. They don't always have to be cut down to an ATC. You can do so much more with them. You can create pockets and envelopes and everything with them, but these are just a few examples. And I use book pages for these ones, but you can do them with all of your pieces, and I'll grab something to show you. So these are some other things that I've created using masterboards. This is another journaling tag, and then I embellished it with the bee theme stuff. And then the back, I backed with just a regular piece of paper. So you could see some of the Masterboard behind there. And then this was done with stickers in Masterboard as well. And then I added a little dangle there with a bow and a heart on it. This was also done with a Masterboard of scrap papers. This was in the same set, and then I embellished it there. I created a mem decks. They're fun to do. So this was created with the Masterboard in the back, and then I inked it. The book pages really accept the ink very well. Lovely, lovely. And then these I did for a Ephemera Madness 25, which was hosted by Scrapbooks and Memories. And you can see the inks here are really well done. And these are just done on some online index cards. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's an index card. So these were done for that collaboration, but they were done using a Masterboard as well. And I love to use up all my scraps as best I can. And then these were done with magazine scraps. These are a work in progress. I'm still working on these ones. So these were in my box. So these were done also for Ephemera Madness. It was a magazine one. I think this was last year's. I think it was last year. It could have been one for this year, but I want to say it was last year's Ephemera Madness. So these are on index cards as well. And I did the Masterboard style, so I can go back and, oh, that's chocolate. I have a chocolate one I can add to. I have a jungle one I can add to. Gardens, beautiful animals. So yeah, those are just some examples that you can do with a Masterboard. And the paint one, I didn't really show too much of that one, but we can do some together. So for this style here, I like to use the words, so with the paint. So let's find one that we have words. And that one is dry. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it behind it, because I don't want the paint to get on the pages behind it either. And then when it's done being painted, I'll put the parchment paper in front of it. So I just take a brush and I'm going to use my fan brush and get my paint. So I'm just using some random colors from the drawer. They're all acrylics, and I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. I think might have been Joann's too. So I just take a line of my paint and put it on there, and the line plays an important role, I think, in this one, because you don't want to have it too thick and muddied up. So doing a line helps a lot, even in the well there. And then I just decide where I want to put the paint, and I drag my brush just a little bit in that line. And let's start up here. You want to go translucent a little when you first start. At least for me, I want a little bit of translucence for it. And then I'm just picking random spots for it. And it really transforms it. And if you get a shiny one, I love the shiny paints. And it's kind of like dry brushing if you've done that. That's where your brush is a little bit dry and it's not completely wet. And I'm not even cleaning my brush in the middle of doing these. I'm not separating my colors at all. But you can see where that line helps, because this is all muddied. It's only going to be in that corner, so you want to get that line and put it on as thick as you want. What works for you. And you see I went off the page up here, and then you can combine the colors as well. And it just adds to it. Magazine pages work really well if you've Mod Podged them in place, because then you have that little bit of a shine on there. If they're dry, sometimes they will curl up, like you can see right here. That part there is starting to curl a little bit from it being wet. But we'll go back down. I think I want to add some shiny paint to it. Let me grab that. So I got this one. I'm going to use this. It's a pearl. I really want to see how it's going to work. Get it to pop there. So I don't have the top open yet. Oh, that's more than I wanted. This is from the new line that they have. Pearl. It's indoor, outdoor. And I also want to use some of the mica spray, the antiqued bronze. So that requires shaking. So you get all that lovely mixed in there. And you can flip it over and you can see if it's mixed in. It's not completely mixed. So I shake it like that a little. And then shake, shake. Because the nozzle, as you can see, the nozzle is on a curve. So you don't want that to clog up. So giving it a nice good shake is going to work really well. So before I get into that, we're going to do this pearl. Oh, it's very pretty. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it is giving a very pretty pearlescent color. Very, very pretty. And it's going to mix really well with those other colors. It's kind of almost like a top coat. Get the last of it on here. Almost like a top coat of paint. Get some down here before we do that spray. You can see it's curling here. But when I put it back in the book, well, not put it back in the book, but set it back down, it will be fine. Put the cover on, it'll flatten back out just perfectly. Alright, set that aside, and I really want to spray it down. Just a couple with the antiqued bronze. Oh, it's pretty! So I have the spotting look that I want, but I'm going to come in with a paper towel too. Pull up some of that. Pull up a little bit of it. There we go. Because it's definitely going to stick. It's really pretty though. I love how it looks. Let me see if I can get it so that you can see that pearl. Well, there she goes. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so shiny. So shiny. I'm just going to wipe away a little bit. You can see there's some on here still, so it's still a little wet, but it's going to get my page wet too. Just wipe it a little bit, and I'm okay with it tearing off those pages just a little. I think they look really pretty. Kind of gives it that shabby little grungy feel to it, like it's something that you found in a box in the middle of the basement. You almost don't want to touch it, but it's so pretty. Okay, I think it's good. I think we're done with it. Let's take a look. Oh, I really love the colors together. I think it needs a little bit more green though. Just a tad bit more green. Break up this brown a little. Don't want it so brown that it, you know, don't want that much brown showing. Oh, the green really blends well with that gold. Oh, it's even prettier with that. Oh my goodness. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. I thought it would be like too much. But I really like the green, and I'm just kind of letting my brush do its thing. Oh, it's even prettier. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with it. I think it's done. I think it's really pretty. Much better. I think looks a lot better. I might do another spray of that, but white would look really pretty tapped on that as well. I think I have a white spray. I did. I have a white shimmer spray, and you can see it's really caked on the bottom there. Let's give it a good shake. Shake it. It's not as caked now. It's quite fluid on the whole bottle. Give it another shake just to make sure. There we go. And it's wet on the top there. Just a little wet. So let's give it a little spray. Oh, I do like the white. It kind of breaks up all that brown a little bit. And I was watching a video with Tim, and he's like, dip the top in the water and then put the cover on. So you just, I don't know if you could see what I did. He's like, take the top nozzle there, dip it in water, and then put the cover on. It helps so that that little piece there does not get filled, I guess you'd call it. There we go. That white really looks adorable. Oh, I got water down here. Oh, I got water everywhere. Not where I wanted it. Okay, there we go. I broke it up a little bit. Can you see the white on there? Much, much better. Much happier with that. So that is my little Masterboard Monday for today. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.